this evening, we see main event fighter Vicious Bobby Volker making his way into the arena. He will take on Zach Busha tonight for the Shamrock FC welterweight title.
I can't wait for that fight.
Me either, but coming up next, it is Brandon Santana taking on Trevor Johnson.
All right, let's bring out our next bout of the evening. Brandon Santana.
Making his way to the cage tonight, it is Brandon Santana out of Lawrence Fight Club. Now, this former Army vet is a purple belt in American Jiu-Jitsu. This camp was a ton of time of one-on-one with his coaches. He said that one-on-one time is exactly what I needed, and now I am ready to make things happen tonight. Look for Brandon Santana to stay moving. He wants to capitalize on the wild punches of Trevor Johnson, almost to playing the role now of counterpuncher into this contest.
You know, Santana has been an aggressive fighter his whole career. I'm not sure about him changing his method to become a counterpuncher now.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Trevor Johnson.
Coming out of the Dragon's Lair via Cameron, Missouri, it is Trevor Johnson. Now, his last win was a 30-second guillotine to finish the fight. He is very confident in everything that he does tonight as we go to our tail of the tape. Brandon Santana, 31 years old, 5'9", 154 pounds out of Phoenix, Arizona. Trevor Johnson, 29 years old, 5'10", 155 pounds out of Cameron, Missouri. Trevor Johnson told me that this has been a 4-day-a-week, 3-time-a-day training camp. We're going to see how that pays off now.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the blue corner this evening, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs in at 154 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, Brandon Santana. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighs in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Cameron, Missouri, Trevor Johnson.
Referee Mark Wassam for this fight. Very interesting to see how Brandon Santana plays this. Quick touch of the gloves, jumping immediately into the action. Big leg kick coming out of Trevor Johnson, trying to set the pace for this fight.
Nice
Feinting the
feints.
shots.
Maybe somebody told Trevor Johnson that Santana was going to counter off of his wild strikes. Decided to start throwing some feints in there.
A lot of heave movement here coming out of Brandon Santana, trying to dodge those shots. He's not answering back, though, after the 1-2 combo is coming out of Trevor Johnson. Oh, he caught him!
Very nice counter. Powerful counter out of Santana.
Trevor Johnson looking for that takedown, but Santana ends up trying to get out of that guard position, ends up in half guard, looking to control the head, settle down a little bit after that big scramble.
Yeah, right now Santana has a right underhook. He's going to want to keep that position. That's the fight. Oh, now back to full guard for Trevor Johnson.
Trevor Johnson trying to work for that arm.
He's in position. He's to extend his hips. Santana wants to keep the pressure down on Johnson. Almost push his knees to his face so he can extend his legs and hips and finish this armbar.
Santana trying to be very heavy in this position. But Johnson is still working that position here, trying to make it happen.
Johnson could spin under like he's doing now and belly down with this armbar.
Belly down arm bars can be extremely painful as we are down to just over 1 minute remaining in round one.
He's got the arms free.
Good work there by Santana. Johnson trying to work those legs up back into full guard.
Good job of Santana using his head to control the position. Looking for a triangle, Johnson is. Nice short punches out of Santana.
A lot of pressure here as they're literally right on top of us here. 10 seconds remaining here in round one. Big hands coming out of Brandon Santana to finish this round. Good round there out of Brandon Santana, finishing on top. Kevin, how do you see that one?
That was a pretty easy 10-9 round for Santana. You know, he was waiting a little bit in the stand-up, finally threw his big right-hand counter, caught Johnson, got the fight to the ground, and then did a great job on top. Defended the armbar well, landed some pretty powerful strikes from the guard of Johnson.
Don't forget to follow on Snapchat for all the behind the scenes here. But we go to our instant replay. A lot of barrage of punches coming out of Brandon Santana. He fought the takedown, fought it hard, was able to handle that wizard position, and then moves in, lands it to a half guard.
Yeah, great job by Santana defending the takedown of Johnson, ending up on top.
Let's get these guys fired back up. Let's make some noise.
Round two. Again, good show of respect. Trevor Johnson taking it straight forward. Brandon Santana has that right hand cocked and ready here.
Yeah, he is trying to fire off that right hand at all times. Oh, he hurt him, he hurt him. Santana's saying an eye poke. I didn't see it.
Can you find it on replay, Mike?
Johnson is saying there was no eye poke.
So now when there is an eye poke, you do get time to recover.
Yeah, again, same 5 minutes, but if the doctor rules that you can't continue.
Looking here at the instant replay.
He was holding it before that. It was slightly before that. That would have been the eye poke, but I couldn't see.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from that position. But again.
Another replay. Right hand, right there. The left hand of Johnson was open towards the face of Santana. I saw that eye poke.
Definitely not what you want here.
Looks like Santana is ready to continue.
Now, this can definitely play into it here. Has he lost peripheral vision on that side?
Yeah, and is that going
Trevor
to bother
Johnson
him?
looks to swarm.
And a big right hand out of Santana. Johnson needs to stay long. Santana's trying to counter with that right hand every time. If Johnson just stays long, or he can even slip to his left under that right hand, he can land some counter strikes after Santana throws. He's throwing it every single time.
Trevor Johnson starting to lead with his chin there. I mean, kind of leaning that forward, almost baiting for Santana to punch him.
Yeah, I think after that big right hand in the first round, Johnson's kind of figured out these right hand counters are coming from Santana.
Nice touch there by Santana. You have to wonder, too, how does that eye poke play into seeing those big hands coming as the miss with the overhand right?
Yeah, Johnson's not throwing a whole lot of left hooks, so I don't think it's too much of a problem.
Big swarm there coming out of Santana.
Yeah, the power advantage is definitely in Santana's favor. He is landing the stronger strikes.
Santana again playing that head position here. Trevor Johnson trying to shuck him off.
Johnson's going to need to be careful not to give his back up. He's want to keep his back on the fence. Nice takedown from Santana. Kind of muscles him down with a trip.
1 minute remaining here in the second round. This is exactly where Brandon Santana wants to be, in that half guard position doing damage.
Yeah, he's posturing up and landing big right hands. Now back to the full guard of Johnson. Santana needs to be careful of the submission attempts from Johnson coming with 30 seconds left.
At this point, Santana could posture up and start to land those big ground and pound shots, leave an impression in the judges, although I think he's done enough to win this round also.
I agree, and there was a big right hand right as you said that.
Johnson trying to get up. Swings in almost for a submission, but gets some more hammer fists. A lot of ground and pound here coming out of Santana to finish this round.
Yeah, good job by Santana to open up and really put an exclamation point on that round.
Casino, July 8th. Tickets on sale right now for July 8th. Right back here, Shamrock FC, Ameristar Casino.
Coming into the third and final round, what does Trevor Johnson have to do to finish this fight as we go to our instant replay?
I mean, he's either got to keep the fight standing and land something drastic, or he needs to get the fight to the ground and be on top. You know, I don't know if Trevor Johnson has the power on the feet to knock out Santana. Santana certainly seems to have the power advantage with the punches.
Third and final round. Does Trevor Johnson have enough to finish Brandon Santana?
Get these guys fired up. Let's make some noise.
Big show of respect, third and final round. Trevor with a long shot out, trying to take him down. Looks almost for a hip throw.
Yeah, he shot from way too far away, didn't set it up with any strikes. You at least have to get Santana thinking about the strikes. Every time Santana's countering with the right hand, it's a perfect time to throw a punch, let him throw that right hand counter, go right under for a takedown.
Johnson trying to work here for the double, switches over to the single.
Looking for a high crotch now. Needs to get Santana's leg in between his legs if he wants to finish that high crotch.
Nice inside knee there.
But putting Santana's back on the cage and landing knees to the legs is not going to win this fight for Johnson.
Almost a stalemate of position here as we are down to 2 minutes remaining in the third and final round.
Santana's got to be careful not to give his back. He needs to keep that back on the cage and turn into Johnson.
Santana using that strength to get to that position. Johnson breaks away back to the center of the cage.
See right there when Santana counters Johnson's right hand, every time with the right hand, he could shoot right under that.
Again, a long distance shot there coming from Johnson.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer, and you need to set up your shots and set up your kicks all with punches. Kind of back to the same position of Johnson grinding on Santana on the fence. Again, maybe winning the round, not going to be enough to win the fight.
Absolutely. He has got to do something here with under 50 seconds remaining in the third round. Johnson is not going to win this fight by just holding pressure. Quick separation. This is where Johnson has to do something. Nice left hand there from Santana. "20 seconds remaining in the third round. Is Johnson going to turn it on?" Nice leg kick there, though, from Santana. He knows he's winning this contest.
100%. I'd like to see Santana turn it on. When he flurries with big punches, he's hurt Johnson a couple times.
End of the fight. Kevin, how do you see it?
I'm going to go ahead and give that round to Johnson, just because I think he did a little bit more. I don't think Santana did a lot. He was kind of cruising. But Santana clearly won the first 2 rounds. I have a 29-28 for Brandon Santana.
We still have our main card to come, Kevin, including that main event. Vicious Bobby Volker taking on Zach Busha for the Shamrock FC welterweight title. A lot still to come and a lot on the line in that fight. As we go to our instant replay here, Brandon Santana, again, posture, pressure. Johnson had absolutely no answer there, though, for it. Whenever Santana would flurry, things would go bad.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see a little more out of Santana. He hurt Johnson a couple times with his strikes when he moved forward and threw hard.
So let's send it up to the cage to Stephen Bear for our final results.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the scorecards tonight, let's give both of these fighters a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, going to the scorecards this evening, your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Brandon Santana.
Brandon Santana adding another into the win column here at Shamrock Fighting Championships. A big win for him. He definitely played the role of counterpuncher, but he did it quite well.
Yeah, he did great. But when his most success was when he was aggressive moving forward with those powerful strikes.
Absolutely.